How do you motivate your team to achieve results?
Hey Tom Ping, love what you're doing on your channel, buddy. Super congrats. Giving your time and energy to nonprofit business channel. Look, man, keep driving that audience. So Tom Ping, look forward to spending some time with you. I know you got the right mindset, so I'd love for you to share some of that from the big V. God bless, be great. 10X.
If you follow my videos, if you follow my work, then you must have heard me saying that leadership is making people do what you want them to do when you want them to do it, right? That is the most basic definition of leadership, right? If you tell people to do something and they don't do it, are you still the leader? No, you're not, right? So leadership is about making people do what you want them to do when you want them to do it, and use all the tools, all the tricks in the book to make them do whatever you want them to do, whether it's motivation, encouragement, punishment, fear, whatever it is. You use all the tools necessary to make them do, what you want them to do. That makes you a real leader, right? If you run a team and you focus on, making everybody happy, making everybody, feel like a big family, but at the same time, there's no result, right? Like there's no marketing, there's no sales, there's no revenue. Are you still the leader? No, you're just the head of a happy family that doesn't actually produce anything. That is not leadership. Because when we say leadership, we mean you're there to organize, to lead a team to achieve a purpose, a result. It could be revenue, it could be traffic on a website, for example, or it could be anything, or building a product, right? So you're there to achieve a goal, and you have a team of people that follow you to make that happen. That is leadership. If you're just there to make friends, make everybody happy, that will not help you at all, because when you are their friends, they're not going to see you as a leader. They're going to see you as their friend. And as a friend, you're not going to fire them. You're not going to give them a hard time. You're not going to, punish them or criticize them when things are not good, right? So as a friend, you cannot do that. And therefore, they will not respect you if, they consider you a friend, because they will not see you as the leader, right? So, leaders really do eat alone, right? Leaders eat alone, right? It is lonely at the top, and that's very true, right? When you're the leader, you have few friends, because when you're the leader, really very few people are qualified to be your friends, because you cannot make friends with people that report to you, because when they're your friends, everything fucks up. If the people that you lead are your friends, then nothing will happen, right? And the worst thing that you can do is treat your team like a family, because let me ask you this question. Can you fire your dad? Can you fire your mom? Can you fire your kids? No, you can't. When you treat your team like a family, that means you have to accept that they cannot do the job, or they are not as good, or they fail at what they do. You have to accept it, because they're family, and that means the performance is going to be shit. If you want to be a true leader, if you want to achieve results, if you want to move up in your career, you cannot lead a team and make them feel like they are a part of a family, right? A better analogy would be your team should be operating like a sports team, like a football team, like a baseball team, like a hockey team, right? Hockey, Canadian sport. So, when you run a football team, only the people that know how to play football very well can be inside your team. If you cannot play football, then we have to ask you to leave the team, right? Because your presence in the team will help us lose the game. So we only want good football players in our team, right? So that's how you should run, your team in business, right? The people in your team, they must have the skill set and the motivation and drive to make things happen, so that you will consider them part of your team. If they can't do that, bye-bye, adios, right? So how do you make people do what you want them to do when you want them to do it? Well, I'm gonna give you a few ideas here, right? So of course, one is income, right? Income is important, right? People need to feel that they have adequate income to take care of their personal lives. That's one, right? Because if they're constantly worried about not having money, they're not going to focus on the job at hand, right? If they're always worried about their family, their kids, don't know where to get their next meal, they're not going to focus well on the job, right? They will not focus on what you need to achieve. So it's important to make sure that your team members have adequate income so that they can focus on the objectives at hand. And also you give them a possibility to make more money, right? There's always has to be incentive, and money is not everything, but you must provide them a path. If you do this, you get this much money. If you do that, you get this much money. If you can achieve this ultimate goal, you get lots of money, right? So you have to give them a path how they can make that money, right? And this will work for people that are motivated, driven to make money, but not everyone. You know, if your team members don't really care about money, then that may not work, right? But then if you run a sales team of people that don't care about money, then that's another problem. But you know, money generally is first thing that you take care of, so that they do not worry about money. They can focus on the goal at hand. So second thing is you should create competition among your team members, right? Or maybe you have multiple teams, you should create competition. Competition is good, you know, like I won't go too deep on this, but you know, the reason why Vietnam, you know, after Doi Moi, the reforms, you know, things get better and better and better is because of competition. You have multiple businesses competing for customers, you have people competing in the labor market. Competition is good. Competition makes the economic situation better, it makes societies better, and it can make you know, performance inside a company better too. So always create multiple teams and make them compete, make employees compete, and then you want employees and teams that want to win, right? If they all don't care, then it will not work as well. So think about how you create competition inside your own companies. So number three, you know, I think people need a purpose, right? People need a purpose. They need a reason to be. They need a reason to do things, right? So, for example, my company, we help Vietnamese businesses export, and I think that's a very, very noble purpose. That's a very noble mission, right? Because we really want this country to be great, and to do so, we need to export more products internationally, and that's our mission, that's our purpose. We want to help Vietnamese businesses to do that. We want to make this country a very, you know, prosperous and, you know, advanced, right? We want to make this country great. We want to make this country great. And when your team believes that mission, that purpose, then they will be motivated, they'll be driven, right? People do it for a reason. People do things for a reason, right? If you give them the purpose, the reason, and they believe in it, then they will be motivated, they'll be driven. We want to help Vietnamese businesses to build their online e-commerce presence because we want them to find more customers online, right? That's another purpose that we have. That's another mission we have, because we believe that, you know, the businesses that take advantage of online commerce will be the ones that you know, lead the marketplace in the future, right? We want to help those businesses have the foresight to build their e-commerce presence, right? We want to help them. We want to make them the best businesses in Vietnam. We want Vietnam to become a super strong e-commerce country, right? So that's our purpose. That's why we're here, right? And think about other great companies. What do they believe? Microsoft example. They want to put computers in every home and every business. That was their initial mission, right? That was the reason why they exist. Think about Elon Musk and Tesla. Their reason for existence is to, you know, eliminate fossil fuel use because it's bad for the environment. It's putting CO2 into the atmosphere, and it's causing global warming, and Elon Musk wants to solve that huge problem by, you know, inventing electric cars and popularizing them and make them cheap enough so that everybody can buy them and use them, right? And that is their purpose. You know, if you look at how Tesla and their business strategy, it's not about building super expensive cars. It's about building cars that people can afford, and so that they can have more electric cars on the market. And in fact, if you listen to what Elon Musk says, right, he's doing this not just to make money. He's doing this to also, to challenge the automotive industry. They want more car makers to make electric cars. He wants more competitors to make electric cars because he has a purpose, he has a mission. And if you think about, SpaceX, another one of his companies, right? He wants to move humanity to Mars because he wants humanity to be an interstellar, civilization. That is some big, ambitious, big vision stuff, right? So, they have very strong purpose and mission. And when you can articulate, when you can explain that mission and purpose to your team, to your employees, to your organization, then they will be motivated to, and they want to make it happen, and they will work hard. They'll work late into the night. They'll work on weekends. They will work for you and work with you to make things happen. So these are the things that I can recommend if you want to build a very purposeful, mission-driven, motivated team to accomplish great things. Take fucking action and don't be a fucktard.